Who's your favourite wrestler, Sam?
Female, Bianca Belair, male, Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes?
Yeah.
What about
Steph Rhodes.
Never Give Up? What's his name?
Oh, John Cena.
John Cena.
Yeah. Female Bianca Belair, the female would be John Cena.
Okay, so which triathlete do you think could do an Ironman or Challenge World? Who could do a full distance triathlon? Which one of the wrestlers?
God. Oh.
How is your experience of a triathlon different from the other competitors?
Well, that's the thing. When I'm normally when I'm in, that's a big difference because normally when I'm in triathlons, I see many other participants. There's just one problem. Normally when I'm in triathlons or other races, I'm like normally the only triathlon who does the only one who does with autism to participate in triathlon races, whether it's a triathlon or marathon or half marathon, etc. Marathon.
Do you at all separate the father side from the coaching side, and how do those two worlds come together when you're watching him in a race?
So I think for me where it starts with me is I'm not got a history of being an athlete. So for me to become a coach is also a huge step. I know that every time I send Sam out to do a full distance race in the swim, we just wait for him to come back to terra firma. It's the best thing in the world because it's the most risky part of any triathlon. It's the actual swim, so most people die. So the father coach, but the father bit is, what could happen to him? And as the coach, I just want, I suppose both of them want the best for him. But as a coach, it's hard to separate because being a good coach sometimes means hurting your athlete. And I don't mean physically, I mean emotionally pushing to a level.
Well, just cut off.
Yeah, I cut you off because you're not pulling far enough. You've got to do thumb to thigh all the way through. You're coming up short, you're doing this. Like a dinosaur. All the way down here. All the way, long. Everything long. Please. If you don't do it, I'm going to keep stopping it till you do it. Yeah, but I'm going to stop it till you get it right. Every time you get it wrong, I'm going to stop it. How about that?
No, I won't. No. No, stop.
We'll get it right, or I stop it. Every time I stop it, you have to start again. That's the deal.
That's no deal. I thought it was a count.
It's a deal.
It's not like no deal. No deal.
It's not no deal. Deal or no deal?
No
deal.
There's no deal. Nothing.
Tell me about what training means to you. Why do you train?
Enjoy training. Well, yes, I enjoy training. It's because I want to get my skill, get faster, get my technique up, get my technique right, and hopefully faster, get my technique right, and hopefully reduce the risk of injuries.
What are the sorts of things that can upset him or
me
set him?
No, I'm a bit naughty like that. I know how to press his buttons. It's not fair for me to say the things that don't kick off because he knows how to manage them better. But there are times when it's difficult for him. It's difficult because it's difficult. And it's not big things, it's normally little things. that he hates failing. He doesn't like to tell him that he's failed. He's no good at it. I can't tell him that. Or he's not doing it right. And you probably saw that in the water today when I said today, if you don't do that, I'm going to poke you till you do it. And I'm going to keep turning it off until you get it right. And he was like, no, I'm swimming. I said, no, until you get it right, until you throw that water out properly and stop kicking so much, I'm going to turn it off. And as soon as I turned it off, and he gave me that look, and I turned it off. And he eventually did it. Now, I think it's a bit, for me, it's very hard to coach like that. Because I don't want to coach like that. But I also know that some people need to be coached like that as well. And that's the father-son relationship. I really feel he's going to come and tell his mum on me, basically. Dad's a bit horrible. But I think that, for me, is the bit that will push him to the next level. Okay, Sam, come. Okay. So what you're doing is you're landing like this, way out here. You're landing like this. Yeah? And I want this under your hip. Yeah? The foot under your hip. Try again. Go top of the road and come back. Let's see. Think about it, under your hip. Even when we're on the road out there, and I said to him, you're overstriding, and you brake, and I know he gave me that look on, he sort of gives me a look on, why don't you do it? Shorter strides, longer cadence, go, you're warm now. Freezing out here. Quick.
I think, what's that question? Repeat that question.
Tell me, do you think about racing a lot?
No, I don't think.
No?
Mm-mm.
When you're training, when you're on the treadmill, what's in your head? What are you thinking about?
No. I don't think. I just feel it.
You feel it?
Yeah. I feel it.
So you're feeling the training in your body?
Yeah.
Yeah. What does that feel like?
It's like I can feel. Sometimes when it's the VO2 max, it feels like sometimes it's getting a bit tense here. And you feel a heart beating, body sweating, and not aching.
How fast do you think you could be?
Ooh. Oh, that's a trick. That's kind of the hardest aspect. I don't know. Just not a Blummenfelt level that. I'm not. I've been working day and night. I'm just not at Blummenfelt level that. It's just a bit that's because I still got more work in progress to get more faster. Get that. I still need to still working on getting my speed and getting the nutrition right and technique.
It's interesting. He touched upon failure in there. And I said, why did you carry on to the finish in Roth? He said because you're going to face a DNF. But you kept going.
Yeah.
You still finished.
Yeah.
Why did you still want to finish?
Yeah, I did. Yes, I didn't want DNF. I just wanted, because of the story, I just didn't want to refuse, didn't want to stop until I didn't want to get the DNF. Just keep going to the end.
How would you feel if it was a DNF?
Yeah, disappointed. Does
he have any mental health issues? Is he depressed? what you can hear in the background there is Sam laughing. And he's laughing at 1 o'clock in the morning when he's watching some movie on television or some quiz show. He likes quiz shows. And he's never depressed. He doesn't have bad days. We all have moments. So even when he had the accident on his bike in Challenge Almere, in his mind, and the way his mind worked is, you're right. He DNF'd, didn't finish. And he hates not finishing. And my challenge is to take that same aggression or the same strong feeling not to finish, is to cross the finishing line first. Just switching it.
And what's it like having your dad as your coach?
Sometimes I feel. If I'm a dad coach, sometimes we had some chats, discussions, and feedbacks, and we still working as a team.
Who do you think is hard? Are you harder on yourself, or is your dad tough as a coach?
That's in between. That's in between. That's like somewhere in between.
Describe how you are in a training session. What does he do, and what do you do?
I'm a triathlete. I do exercise. Dad's a coach, mechanic, and nutritionist.
So he's more than just a coach.
Yeah.
He's your whole behind-the-scenes team.
Yeah. Coach, mechanic, and nutritionist.
My job in this house is to get everybody to be the best they can. That's my role, and that's what I do. So Sam does what he does, and he's been on CNN and ABC and whatever. He's been all over the news, Men's Health and so on. Sam's mum is a professor at university, but I'm sort of the dreamer in the family. Sam's lived his whole life, most of his life, being told he can't. So he didn't speak till he was 6. Yeah. I could get Sam to race and say, oh, he's a good age grouper, and be satisfied. I'm not. You know, it's Everest, it's Summit Channel, it's maybe I'm living my life through him, or what I wanted to. I didn't have the opportunity to, but I think he can do it. You know, it's his Everest. You know, why not? Why the hell not? You think The Rock could do it?
And too muscular.
Undertaker?
Too muscular.
Could Bianca Belair do track?
It's athletic.
She's athletic.
Yeah. Possibly.
Okay.
Possible.
Possible, yeah. Okay. Who else could do it? You think any of the men could do it? I know, Broken Skull Challenge. What's his name?
It's so called Steve Austin.
Could Steve Austin do it?
He could.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Let's still call Steve Austin, he's a choice.